In this video, I'm going to show you how to build an NA10 automation that builds these TikTok videos for you in your sleep while you're working, and you can make some serious passive income with this AI automation. And you can see we're going to make some POV videos, and I'm going to show you a step-by-step on how to do this. Let's start with showing you how the actual workflow operates. So I'm going to press test workflow. Make sure that all the timing intervals are correct. But what it's doing is I've just activated it and it's gone into the ideas creation automation. That's what these two agents here are for. This one chooses different variables from different characters that I've preset, and I'll show you how to do that. Once it's done that, this code will organize it and turn it into a prompt that works best for VO3. And VO3 is the software we're going to be using to turn prompts into videos. So once it's done that, it passes through to VO3 via Kie.ai. This is Kie, and this is the API console. I'll show you how to connect this later on. But if you search up Kie, that's how you can find this software. So it sends it to Kie. This is sort of a conduit to VO3. Then there's a wait node, and we're going to wait on this. It's about 3 minutes to create all 3 videos. So these 3 videos will be stitched together into one. And this node here collects it. It goes in and gets the videos from that platform. The videos are then grouped sequentially, and this software will then sequence that into then editing it into one fluid video. Then it waits for that process to happen and then retrieves that video and then uploads it into our database. So I'm in Notion, and this is the database software. Here's one video that we've made so far, and all of these other categories are preemptively there for when you have uploaded the video and you can track your metrics. While we're waiting for that, let me just explain the sort of mental framework that you can adopt so that you can better understand how these automations work. Here we have the input, and the input is typically the trigger that I showed earlier. The process is the second step. So that's everything that follows after that. You have different nodes that serve specific functions. And then finally, you have the result at the end, whether that be organizing it or sending it somewhere or uploading it to a specific social media platform. And this very simple 3-step process can be followed in order for you to understand it. This can also be applied to the individual nodes themselves. So if we go back here, okay, so it's passed through, we're waiting for the video to be sequenced. But as I was saying, the individual nodes themselves have an input as well. So input is the trigger. Then you have the process, which is the AI agent, using the large language model as well as the thinking node to process the information and the instructions we've given it. And then the output is based on what you've told it to spew out and to provide you. So that 3-step can be seen here very simply. And the output is very neatly in 3 different scenes of one specific character, as we see here. So scenes from the life of a rich Arab billionaire through his eyes and through his luxurious life. And you can see the different elements here as well. Okay, and to quickly explain how the system message works in the AI agent, well, firstly, what is a system message? This is instructing the AI agent as to what its job is and what tools it has. You tell it the tools it has, input it's receiving, and how to structure the output. If we look into detail into this specific system message, we tell it you are a precision archetype scene generator for cinematic AI content. And it says randomly select from the following archetypes. So that's element A in this case. So element A are the different characters. And it says based on the selected archetype, you then choose from the following elements at random. So that would be an activity, the location, the props, the voiceover, and how does the character sound? What is their accent? And these are the character pools. So element A, billionaire American politician. I've listed a few activities you might happen to catch them doing. And this is meant to be sort of a comedic twist, guessing what their lives are behind the cameras. This is a bit tricky because VO3 is very specific on what you're allowed to get these characters to do. For example, if you want to get an American politician to press a button that says nuke, the moderators are going to scan through that and actually disallow for that to be generated. So you have to be very careful and very specific for these different things. But we have location, we have props, we have voiceover. And what it's doing is taking one random variable from each of those elements and stitching them together. And for each video, it will choose just one element A archetype. And I've listed all of the different characters down here with their specific variables. And then finally, the output only in this JSON structure. Element A is X, element B is Y, element C is Z, and so on, so forth. So it's finished. It's gone through the whole process. And if we check here, and so we're just downloading the video here. Let's open it up. And there we go. This is the life of the rich Arab billionaire. And you can see the POV of the different things he's doing. Power flows like oil. There we go. He's got his eagle looking over his oil mines, eating his dates. And that's the video created. So we're going to grab a trigger node and add an AI agent. We're going to specify exactly what the agent is going to do. So we're going to say, generate 3 scenes. And yes, requires specific output. Actually, before I do that, let me just add the system message. I'm going to copy that straight from what I have here. And if you want to gain access to this prompt, you can just copy it from our community channel on Skool. Link is below. There we go. Paste it right in, and that should work. And then if you see here carefully, there are 3 different pluses. We're going to say require specific output format. And then now there are 4. So that means there's an output parser, and you're telling the output to be to have a specific format. So we're going to copy the output format. And we're going to paste it here into the parser. We're going to add a chat model. We'll add OpenAI. So to do this, you have to add your credential. And in order to do that, you can press add and create new credential here and get your API key from the OpenAI console. So if you search up OpenAI API platform console, you should find this page. And if you go to API keys, you can press create new key, name it, select default project, create secret key, and it should come up here. You can just copy that straight into API key here, and then name it. And that's it. But I've got mine here already, so we're going to use that. We're going to utilize GPT-4o. There we go. And we'll just put that here so it's nice and organized. Next step is the code. We're going to add a code node. There's the code node. And let's copy that straight from here. Again, that will be provided in the community channel. And I also forgot to add the think tool. So the think tool allows it to have a little bit of cognitive ability, and we'll just tell it, use the tool when thinking about something. But we've already specified that in the system message to utilize the thinking tool. Next is to put the actual elements into a prompt. And we'll copy that system message here. System message. There we go. And then you can connect multiple agents to one specific large language model. So we're going to do exactly that. And the tool will connect it to the think tool. We also have to parse it. So again, require a specific format, add a parser, and we're going to copy that sample prompt here, video prompt, very simple. It's nothing complex. There we go. And there we have it. And then we're going to add an HTTP request for a get, and we're going to add an HTTP request for a post, and I'm going to post it to this URL. Post URL authentication. So there's two ways you can connect your authentication. There's either through here, and if you do it through presetting it, it will save it, and your credentials will also be safe from people copying it. If you do happen to share your JSON file with anyone, your credentials won't be hard-coded in. So this is how you would add it. You would add header auth and then create the new credential. But I'm just going to do none, and we're going to send headers. Send headers. This is the same. We'll call it authorization. Copy in and paste our credential, and then we're going to send body JSON using JSON, and I'm going to use this exactly, which will be found in the community channel. Okay. Then a wait node, and we can keep it 5 seconds for now. And another HTTP request, and this will get the files that have been created. And as for the URL, it's going to be a different one. It's going to be a URL that says record info at the end, which is a different page from the previous. Authentication, once again, we'll send headers. Authorization, you could also just copy and paste the previous node. Copy this post node. Good. And for this one, there won't be a send body because we're just retrieving the files. Okay. And then now that you've retrieved all 3 of your videos, we're going to group them together into one video. So we're going to run a code node, which will clean up the URLs so that they are paired and to be sent off to Fal. And Fal is an AI platform, and they run multiple different softwares, a bit like Kie.ai. They are a conduit, but in this case, we're just using their video stitching and functionality. So to post, as we're posting the videos, as for the URL, just copy here. Authentication, none. Send headers, yes. And it's going to be called authorization. If you're having trouble, you can go to the consoles and find the exact instructions. Some authorizations require key, others require for it to say bearer. But you do have to be particular because otherwise it won't read it as a valid key. Then send body will be a JSON script that you can find in the channel. We'll just paste that right in. And we'll just paste that right in. Another wait node. And we'll keep it 5 seconds for now. And finally, last but not least, we'll also have to connect Notion. But this one is just a get. So this will get all those files as we did with Kie. This one has a specific URL, and we will have to add some JSON to the end of it. So that is taking the request ID from the output here. So when we posted it, it's going to return a request ID that helps as a reference point for when you're actually retrieving the data back. So get, request ID, authentication, yes, that's all correct, but no send body because we're just getting it. And then we have the database. So create a new database page. We're going to select the social media log. And if we just run, so you'll have to add a title and properties as well. And we can connect that here. So it'll be the post URL, key name or ID. This is just taking it from what it reads at the top here. So hashtag views, click-through rate, whatever's there at the top, whatever the headings are, it will show here. So we'll choose that post URL. What do I want to put in that column? I want to put the URL, which will be in the form of json.video.url as your JSON. There we go. It's connected. We also, simplify is fine. If you have a lot of data, you might want to turn that off, but since we're just sending a URL, that's fine. We'll just keep it on. And we'll do this. But there you go. We've just built an automation that can create videos for you while you're sleeping, completely hands-free, completely autonomously. All you have to do, maybe do a little bit of editing here and there, add a sound over it. But I'm going to show you in another video how to do that extra layer of content creation. But this creates the video for you, completely hands-free. But thank you very much for watching the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it, and do stay tuned for the following automations to come, and join our community channel where we have people supporting each other. If you ever need support debugging anything, or if you want to message me personally, you can do so, and we'll be posting videos on how to make these, as well as the JSON files, so you can just plug and play and use them. See you guys in the next video.